of companies with product demos, whatever it might be, if you have the CAPTCHA, or if you have a process like that, more often you're having a CAPTCHA included these days, right? Spammers are everywhere, the bots are everywhere. And I'm gonna share with Alex. Alex has some awesome information around the CAPTCHA that I thought you guys would be interested in.
So as Amanda mentioned, we're all kind of using CAPTCHAs in different ways. As much as we may hate them as individuals, the workload that it gets off of us is pretty big these days. The thing I found actually fascinating, I was watching Novo one day. They were actually talking with the guy behind reCAPTCHA, who he's done a whole bunch of other amazing things that I don't even recall anymore. He's that much smarter than me. I can't remember what he's done. But one of the things that really, really blew me away is, so reCAPTCHA in this case, here it's kind of hard to see, but it says stop spam, read books. What they've actually done is they said, okay, not only are we going to get rid of spammers, but we are OCRing all of these books. All these books have been in the public domain. We need to get them into digital format so we can preserve them. Well, sometimes OCR, optical character recognition. So computers read books, translate the physical form into type that we can all read just like you would a blog. Sometimes they're not quite sure what the word is. If it's a really old text, maybe blurred, may have been really thin pages, you got a little bit of bleed through. Well, what they figured out is, hey, why don't we take all of these times where we don't know what the word is, and we have two, and we know what inquiry is. That's kind of our safe one. But we're really not sure what this word is. We're going to show this word to maybe 3 people. And if they all type it in exactly the same, then we know what it is. So we're actually going to not only help protect us from spam, we're going to help digitize books. And so really when you're going to CAPTCHA, of the 2 words, only one of them matters if you spell it right. Which is funny, but you have no idea which one, right? But it's actually doing this amazing job of extending the brand and actually helping solve a massive task in very, very small increments.
And one that you would have never known, right? When he shared that with me today earlier, I was like, I never would have known. How many times have we entered these, right? Think about how much good you brought to the world, and you didn't even know.
And you can feel good about filling out a form now.
Exactly. Now you won't be so resentful when you have to do it 6 times.
Yeah.
I thought this was interesting too, just on a side note. CAPTCHA, how many of you know what CAPTCHA stands for? I didn't either. I found this on Wikipedia today. Completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. Now you all know. So back to the presentation. More and more of you will have CAPTCHAs in your forms, in your processes, in your customer experience, somewhere along the way. And there's one way to do it, or there's another way to do it, right? This is from a startup from, I believe this man is from Austin, answers.onstartups. So if any of you are interested in that site, I love it. I came across this in my own user experience, and how awesome is this? Do you guys watch Flight of the Conchords? Anyone? Anyone else? I love Flight of the Conchords. They're these 2 crazy New Zealanders that are living in New York City trying to be in a band, and it's really funny. It's on HBO. So here they are doing one of their music videos, and Jermaine and Brett being very, very funny, right? So, and then the text over here is really down to earth. It's really like you're talking to a human. It's not this corporate, we need you to verify. It's, hey, we don't really know if you're a computer or if you're a real person, so help us out. I thought it was very well done. Here's another one that I thought was very well done. This actually is...
Does anybody know the answer to this?
Yeah, 23. We have a prize.
Solve this through the course of the panel? That'd be really good.
What do you do? Either 0 or 1. Or a combination of multiple.
Is that plus or times?
X equals pi.
Yeah. This is actually, if I'm gonna butcher the name of where I found this. It's the quantum random bit something. Now I'm not very well versed in mathematics. However, the name of this company or this site and this CAPTCHA the brand of them really flow together, right? Now, obviously, they're not going to make you enter this. You reload and you get a really easy one, but very funny, a very clever way to extend the brand and to extend the user experience. Like I said, I know nothing about math, but I will forever remember this CAPTCHA.
It's really cool if it took you to a totally different page if you answered it correctly.
Yeah. Well, my husband said, if you're going to present that slide, you should really know the answer. And I was
So
like, I can't Google that. I don't know how to figure that out.
I'm not that much of a programmer, so how do you get these custom pages made? I mean, what do you do? How do you do it?
I think a lot of it works with your own creativity and people like Jason that
Hire Jason. Okay.
people like
That's a
Jason.
flag.
That's how I would do it. Like I said, Jason's my go-to guy. I run to Jason and say, how can I do this? I don't know.
Well, like the last one was just they changed the colors of the CAPTCHA and they included it looked like, and then just added. That's pretty easy, but
Yeah. Something like this is probably a custom form. I know that, is it Woofu that does forms pretty well?
Yeah, but outside of calling me, of course, and I think it's just having a good working relationship with your developer, with your designers, and just talking about the personality that you want to come across in the page, and whether it's a 404 page or a CAPTCHA page, these are opportunities to really extend the brand, and just working with them and just saying, here's what I'd like to do, and then let those people that have those skill sets problem solve with you to get that done. I mean, I think it's having a good working relationship with both your designers and your developers to make those things come together. I mean, it's just talking.
And having them understand your brand and having them work with you on your brand rather than on something that just looks really kick-ass and is creative but doesn't speak to who you are as a company and what your culture is and what your creativity is that you provide with your product. I mean, you can have a really great creative page, but if it doesn't fit the brand, you're missing out. So I think the user experience is extended if it really fits in with what you do as a business.
Yeah. And I don't know everyone's situation and where everyone works and what everyone's products are, but I mean, even if you just share at a basic level your product and how it works and the audience of your product with your designer and your your developer, understanding your brand might, I don't know, does everyone understand their brand in here? So maybe just starting with your product, right? What is your product? Who uses it? How can they benefit from your product? And just sharing that information with your team, and then your team, if they can understand that, then they can look for these opportunities, right? And hopefully you'll encourage them to look for these opportunities. How can we extend this product through things like the CAPTCHA page and the error page?
And I would say, one